What's up, everyone? Welcome back to King Anime Review, and for this video, I'll be reviewing episode 235 of Boruto Naruto Next Generations, titled Infiltrating Dotou Island. Now, I had to go back and watch a couple of the previous episodes of Boruto Naruto Next Generations because I think it's important to basically, have full context when you are about to criticize something. And it was something in this episode that I was thinking about that I might have criticized had I not gone back and watched the previous episodes because, this episode came out a while ago. So I had to go, just rewatch some stuff to make sure I wasn't missing anything. Now, what that thing was when I was explaining the backstory of the Funata clan, and Kagura was explaining it to Boruto and the others, and Kagura basically said that the clan was destroyed and their leader was captured, and their clan was destroyed. So I was thinking, so if their clan was destroyed 5 years ago, how did they still have how do they still have all these members and they were able to take over all these islands and stuff? But I had to go back and watch a couple other episodes, like when the arc first started. I believe it was the episode where it was titled Team 7 Jumps into Action or something like that. But yeah, they said the episode where that guy was first introduced, the son of the Funata clan leader, when he was first introduced, he was talking to the governor and the regional governor, who he basically ended up the regional governor, he wanted to take the land and the Funata clan was going to take over the seas. But the guy, basically the Funata clan betrayed him because they ended up finding that regional governor. They ended up finding him drowned, like he drowned. And that the Hidden Mist village ended up finding his body. And he was actually the one who spread that rumor to the Hidden Mist village that there was a terrorist attack being planned in order to distract them so that they can, go free their leader who was in prison. So all of that stuff was very well written. And it was actually explained when the guy was first introduced, the son of the Funata clan leader. I still got to get used to these guys' names. And probably a couple reviews from now, I'll get used to their names and stuff, the villains. But anyways, so he basically mentioned like the regional leader. He when he was talking to the Funata clan leader, he said that, hey, I went through all this trouble to keep you guys hidden, and yeah, he says it seems like it's finally gonna get paid off now. So he was basically hiding them for 5 years, a whole group of people. He's a regional governor, and it seems like whatever island he was on or whatever, he was hiding a huge group of these Funata clan guys, and that's how they were able to stay hidden for 5 years while their leader was, in prison, and he's their charismatic leader, and that they kind of basically needed him in order to, feel like they could take things over again. And it seems like they used that whole ceremony. They saw it as a huge grand opportunity to finally, get their leader back. And they used that regional, governor in order to fulfill their goal of getting their leader back. And they picked the best time to do it. They picked their opportunity, the best time to, capitalize on that opportunity. Now, anyways, with all of that being said, I think this arc is being fantastically written. And yeah, so it's cool. I had to go back and rewatch that stuff. But yeah, I think this arc is being written very, very, very fantastically. So with that being said, yeah, the arc is off to a great start. And this episode started off with the picking up where we left off from, episode 234, where, Team 7 and Team Kagura, they were on that boat and they were going to Dotou Island to try to rescue Dinky and the others. That everybody most of the characters in this episode was saying Dinky and the others, Dinky and the others, instead of just saying Team 5. Like, it's not just Dinky. I said this plenty of times, but it seemed like the anime is showing favoritism towards Dinky. They could have just said, let's go rescue Team 5 and the Konoha researchers. Instead, they keep on saying Dinky and the others, Dinky and the others. But anyways, small little nitpick. But yeah, so they were off to that island, and they were going to that island, and yeah, while they were going there, a Funata clan boat came on. The Funata clan boat was about to take over that boat that they were on, and so they all decided to hide. And the captain of the boat tried to convince the Funata clan to let him go free and if they let him go free, he was going to keep on bringing them money and stuff. And they were about to let him go free, but Kawaki, being that he's still seasick and nauseous and stuff from being on boats, he just couldn't take being hidden under the deck of the boat. So he just stopped hiding himself. He just bursted out and to get some fresh air. He just wanted to get some fresh air, and then they ended up having to attack the Funata clan guys and beat them up pretty much. And then after that, the captain, he had a huge, he made the boat go a lot faster, but the boat can't go at that speed for that long. So it was just a short little burst of speed. But yeah, they had to hurry up and escape because they basically said the Funata clan knew about them now. The reason why they were hiding in the first place is because they didn't want the Funata clan to know about them, because it would be, it'll basically make it harder for them to move around and stuff. And since they are trying to rescue their friends, they got to kind of be infiltrate and they got to try to, scout and not, they just don't want the Funata clan to, know about them, even though they are strong enough. These shinobi are definitely strong enough to deal with the Funata clan. They're just trying to rescue their friends and the researchers right now. So it makes sense that they wouldn't want, they wouldn't want to be, easily found out about what's going on. So, and plus, because they could, end up putting their friends in danger if that was the case as well. Like if they, if the Funata clan found out what they're trying to go do and stuff like that. But anyways, yeah, overall, so they went over there. That stuff on a boat was, we did, after that, it was some fighting on the boat. Like Bunta said that she thinks that they could have just killed those guys or something like that. And then she was about to pull out her sword and Sarda stopped her. And then, the Miss Shinobi was fighting with Team 7. They weren't having big fights, but it was it wasn't really, they were kind of more so arguing. And yeah, that's pretty much what they were doing. One of the, I believe her name is Hebi Ichigo, put her sword to Sarda's neck, and then Boruto kicked the sword away. And it seemed like they were getting mad and stuff, but, they ended up getting calmed down. And yeah, so they ended up making it to the island, Dotou Island. And while they were on their way to the island, Kagura explained the whole backstory about the Funata clan and how, they killed a lot of people, and they were, 5 years ago, they killed a lot of people when they were, stopping the Hidden Mist village from, fulfilling their goals, basically, of modernizing, because they were cutting off trade routes and stuff like that or something like that. And then eventually Chojuro ended up apparently destroying the clan, but apparently he didn't destroy all of the clan, which is why, because obviously the governor was hiding some of the clan away. So Chojuro and some of basically him, Miss Village, they thought they destroyed the whole clan, but they didn't, because some of them escaped and they were hiding in that place where the regional leader, the regional governor was. So that was the case with that. Anyways, when it got to the island, oh yeah, and by the way, Kawaki had a weird line, because after Kagura explained to Boruto about the Funata clan, and also he said that they're not really a clan, pretty much. They're called a clan, but only a couple of the members are related by blood. The rest are comprised of like-minded individuals. But yeah, so after Kagura explained the whole thing with the Funata clan, Boruto was like, he doesn't understand why while he doesn't understand why so many people would follow a guy who could kill people so easily. And then Kawaki was like, they are the Funata clan may be scum, but even scum have their reasons for doing things. That was a really weird line by Kawaki, because it's not like Boruto was saying they didn't have a reason. And by the way, there's no reasoning for doing the stuff that they were doing. Obviously, the stuff they're doing they're doing very evil things, very immoral things. So Boruto was right. Like, I'm with Boruto on that. I don't understand either how anybody could follow someone who's doing some evil, despicable things like that, killing people and stuff like that. But Kawaki seemingly was trying to say, oh well, it might be a reason why they're doing these things, and there's no justification for what they're doing, literally none. And now, if they were if they were doing this out of self-defense or something like that, they were being attacked constantly or something like that, then they may have a reason. But as far as what we know right now, they're just a bunch of guys who just want to cause chaos on the seas. So there's no logical justification for what they're doing. And they ended up like, so then they showed the islanders who had been captured, and they were basically begging, to be spared. And the Fununta clan said, "Hey, we're not gonna kill you. We're not gonna kill you unless you're useless." Pretty much. They basically said, we don't kill people unless they're useless. Pretty much. So they ended up having those islanders work the mines and basically get the gold out of the mountains and stuff. That's what they had them doing. And then basically Kagura decided that Sarda and Miski, since they're the best at scouting, they're the best shinobi at scouting, they should go on the island to rescue Dinky and the others, as they kept on saying, and the researchers from Konoha. And yeah, so he sent them two to go do that because, Sarda has a Sharingan, Miski, he has snakes, so they're good at infiltrating. And Sarda basically told Boruto to watch, Bunta and those former 7 ninjas, swordsmen of the mist, and make sure they don't take their boat. She said that, that's Boruto's important job right now, so he has to stay on the boat because Boruto originally wanted to go on the island with them. Now, anyways, they ended up, Sarda and Miski ended up infiltrating the island. They made their way onto the island. They ended up, just listening to what was going on. And they heard about, Dinky and, Team 5. They heard about the fact that they still hadn't been found. And they seen that robot, that, puppet robot or whatever was, they seen that, one of the Fununta clan guys had it. And that basically, one of the Fununta clan guys said, "Hey, take that to the ship." And then Sarda and Miski, while that guy was alone, that, Miski, seemingly poisoned him with a snake or something like that. He had a snake bite him. The guy fell down, and then they basically captured the robot. And then the robot ended up, Sarda pressed a button on the robot because the Fununta clan guys apparently messed up the robot by pressing a button or something like that. So Sarda pressed a button, and then the robot started acting differently. And then he started to run away instead of trying to fight them. And then Sarda decided to just, follow the robot. And the robot ended up leading them to Team 5. And so, yeah, they met up with Team 5. And Team 5 pretty much explained some stuff that was going on. And then the episode ended off with, it was a huge ship. And we seen that ship in the previous episode, I believe. The ship that had a huge laser that, completely destroyed a coast of somewhere. But yeah, so a huge ship appeared towards the end of the episode. And also, towards the end of the episode, Boruto had this conversation with Kagura because basically Boruto was mad about some statements, some comments that Bunta and those other former new 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist were making. They were making some pretty, they were making some comments about, they caught them jokes. They caught them jokes that they were making about Sarda and Miski. They said, "Oh, well, they might already be here inside the bellies of the sharks or whatever." And Boruto got really mad about that. And he basically told Kagura, "I can't trust these guys." And he asked Kagura, why do you trust them or whatever, something like that. And then Kagura basically said, is really because of Boruto, because Boruto showed him that even if someone falls into evil, even if someone goes down the path of evil, they can still be saved by someone. And that's absolutely true. And that's a nice message. That's the message of the episode. That's the takeaway of the episode. That's the important life lesson of the episode. That's the takeaway. That's the message. And the Boruto anime has great messages. It's plenty of episodes in the past where the Boruto anime has given some great life lessons. And yeah, this is an example of that. Like, it was an episode in the past about, about suicide and stuff like that. And Boruto convincing a guy not to kill himself and stuff like that. So yeah, so the Boruto anime is great when it comes to life lessons. And this was another, great, message to end the episode off with. And that was the takeaway. That was the life lesson of the episode. Very, very great stuff. And yeah, and what Kagura said is true. Even, someone can fall down the path of fall down the dark path or a bad path, and they can still be saved. And you guys probably don't know. I don't really talk about my religion too much on the channel, but I am a Christian, and obviously my savior, all of our saviors, is Jesus Christ. So yeah, just and I'm gonna get into a little bit. This is kind of like more deep stuff you could say or whatever, but I know I have. It is some people who have told me that they were depressed in my comment section. Some people told me that they were depressed and they like my videos and stuff like that. And my videos are, helping them during some bad times in their life. And that's the takeaway for the episode, from the episode. Take the message that, was given at the end of this episode. Bad stuff, basically bad stuff can happen to you, but you can still have hope, because you can still be saved. And yeah, so just for, I'm just telling that to the people who were saying that. And yeah, and Jesus Christ is the savior, your true savior. I mean, obviously, a fictional character is not going to save you. But Jesus Christ is your savior. So yeah, I just want to let you guys know that. And yeah, with that being said, this was a really great, well-written episode, and I really enjoyed it. So with that being said, in terms of story, this was a 10 out of 10 episode. In terms of art, 10 out of 10. Didn't notice any problems with the artwork. And in terms of animation, 10 out of 10 episode. We got the backstory of the Funata clan. That stuff was good. Yeah, that stuff was good. It made sense. And like I said, I had to go back and, watch a couple other episodes to, basically re-jog my memory on this stuff and stuff like that. But yeah, everything made sense. The Funata clan backstory was good. We got some more information about them as well, some more details and stuff. The whole infiltration thing with Sarda and Mitsuki, it made a ton of sense. That they were being sent, that they went on the mission, and everything was well written in this episode. I liked everything about the episode. So with that being said, yeah, this was a 10 out of 10 episode of Boruto Naruto Next Generations. Overall, a pretty great episode of Boruto Naruto Next Generations, and this arc is going very great so far. I'm really enjoying the arc so far. So with that being said, if you guys like the video, please drop a like. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and clicking that channel notification bell to be notified on all of my future videos. And share the video all over the internet and drop a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you thought of the video in the comment section below. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.